Welcome back to WMAC Now with your host, Chuck Stevenson. So this is something I wanted to make just a little video talking about because I thought it was a very interesting subject. Well, how do I explain this? I thought it was an interesting subject in itself, and then the amount of attention it got, I found to be even more interesting. So what happened was a few days back, Deep Jewels fighter Momoko Yamazaki shared a picture on Twitter. It's her, KYOKA Chibisai, and Satoko Shinashi all spent a day training together ahead of Deep Jewels 44, which goes down on in like a little over 2 weeks from now, on March 24th. And all three ladies are in the microweight division. Now, Momoko and Kyoka are both fighting on Deep Jewels 44. Shinashi is not. And all three of them have basically faced each other in one way or another. Except for Momoko and Shinashi, they've never faced each other. But Momoko has fought KYOKA Chibisai, and then Shinashi as well. So they've gone in the same circles a little bit. But it's just interesting. What makes it interesting is the fact that it's three microweights, and it's the MMA scene in Japan is extraordinarily small, and then the amount of women there are to train with is also extraordinarily small, but it's very spread out. There's basically, you have Abeani Combat Club, which is AACC, which has a good number of women training there. And then everybody else is in like their own separate gyms. A couple people have like, excuse me, one or two women training partners in their gym. But for the most part, a lot of these fighters are stuck training by themselves, or they'll go to each other's gyms to have, you know, another girl their own size to train with, because it's Japan. Most of the women are small. Most of them are right around atom weight. You have some straw weights, you have some fly weights. You even have a few bantam weights, and then you got, way at the opposite end, you got the microweights. And there's like maybe 10, 15 of them total. If that, I think even that's a high number. So it makes it really interesting that you have three microweights. One of them has faced each of the other, and they all come from different gyms, but they all came together to get some training in. And I thought it was interesting enough that I made a tweet about it myself, and I made one of those, like, what's that, the peak human performance meme, where I said something to the effect of, you know, three professional MMA fighters, all under 5 feet tall, all under 100 pounds. I said, like it or not, this is peak human athletic performance or athletic form, something along that line. You know, trying to follow that peak athleticism meme that I thought was funny. So I just thought it was an interesting post itself. And then I know KYOKA Chibisai, her actual name's KYOKA Minagawa. Chibisai is a nickname because she's tiny, and that's what chibi means, is Japanese for tiny. She shared it on her, on an Instagram post. But then, like a couple days ago, I saw that Gong Kakutogi actually wrote up a little feature on it. Now, if you're not familiar with Gong Kakutogi, it's a Japanese language combat sports newspaper that dates all the way back to 1985. So we're talking something that's like 38 years old now, going on 39 years old. And they follow all the combat sports in Japan and even internationally. And they actually wrote up a little feature on this. I'll go ahead and take a moment to read it. It says, the headline reads, and this is Google Translate, by the way, via Chrome. It says, 3 micro girls from 3 generations, the smallest and lightest in Japan, stepped together and pledged their success in a joint practice. Then it has the picture I'm showing you now with the headline. It says, 3 generations of fighters, Yamazaki, Chibisai, and Shinashi, who are active in Japan's smallest and lightest micro class, are available. And then the article starts, Satoko Shinashi, who's free, means she doesn't belong to a specific gym. Momoko Yamazaki trains out of Sakaguchi Dojo Clan, and Chibisai Kyoka trains out of Sai Gym, are active in the micro class, which is under 44 kilograms or 97 pounds, the lightest weight class of the women's MMA organization Deep Jewels and Deep. 3 players held a joint practice. Shinashi is a veteran who made her professional debut in December 2001, and although she turned 47 in January, she is still an active pioneer in women's MMA in Japan, having fought 2 matches and won 2 in 2023. Yamazaki is 31 years old and made her professional debut in June 2018 by participating in The Outsider. I believe The Outsider is no longer around. It was a product of rings that I won't go into it. Anyway, the article continues. Chibisai is 146 centimeters tall and weighs 42 kilograms, which is smaller than Satoko Shinashi at 148 centimeters, 42 kilograms. And she is 26 years old and made her professional debut in June 2021 as the, quote, smallest and lightest female fighter in Japan. It says, I have played against both Chibisai and Yamazaki, both lost, Shinashi and Yamazaki, both losses by decision. Yamazaki has been receiving lessons without hesitation for some time, and this time, Chibisai visited both of them for a practice session, making it possible for 3 generations of micro-level girls to participate together. All 3 players posted about this on their SNS, which is social networking sites, saying in unison, we had a good practice. The number of women participating in MMA is still small, and there are few opportunities to practice with athletes in the same weight class, so it seems that they were a good source of inspiration for each other. Yamazaki will have a match with Libby, and Chibisai will have a match with Mahina on March 24th, Sunday, at Tokyo's New Pier Hall at Sky Ticket Presents Deep Jewels 44. So just a short little feature talking about who the ladies are, and gave a good reason for why they train together, which is how often are microweight fighters going to get a chance to train together. I just thought it was a cute little picture of the 3 of the tiniest women fighters in Japan training together, and some of them have fought each other before. And then I thought it was really neat that Gong Kakutogi, like I said, it's been around since I think 1985 in both print and now online. Also thought it was interesting enough to feature it. So both Momoko Yamazaki and KYOKA Chibisai will be fighting 2 weeks from now at Deep Jewels 44. No word yet on when Shinashi will fight again. I mean, she is 47. But I will definitely be giving some more coverage on Deep Jewels 44 as the event gets closer. Anyway, let me know your thoughts if you have any in the comments down below. If you liked the video, please hit that thumbs up, and while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to Wmma Now, the best, most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform online. Thanks for watching. See you next time.